guys, so today I'm going to be showing you how to make my 1 carb protein waffles. They're absolutely delicious. These are all the ingredients that you're going to need. I'm also going to list them down below. But first you're just going to take 1 scoop of protein powder. I'm using the PE Science Select Protein because it's really good for baking and it's delicious and it's my favorite. This is the Snickerdoodle flavor. I use it all the time for waffles, but you can use any kind of protein powder, but know that if you use a pure whey powder, it's probably going to be a little bit drier. Then you're going to just take 1 whole egg and put that right on in there. And then I like to mix the egg in with the powder a little bit first before I add any water, but you don't have to necessarily do that. You can just add water right away if you like. But the key here to getting this to work is to add a little bit of water at a time. You're also going to add a little bit of baking powder. You don't have to do this, but it does help make it a little bit fluffier. You don't want to add a whole lot though, it's very little. So I'll show you right here. It's very, very small amount. I don't measure it out anymore because I just kind of know what it looks like. But it's very, very little, like just a couple grams, if anything. And then, like I said, I just mix it up. And then you want to add just a little bit of water at a time. If you add too much water, it's not going to come out very great. So I would add like a tablespoon at a time if you want to measure it out. But you can always add more water, you can't take it away. So just add a little bit of water, mix it together, and if you need more, like this is more of like a cake batter consistency, you add a little bit more water. And you keep mixing until it becomes more of a pancake batter kind of thing. So like that. That is what you're looking for. That kind of consistency right there. And then I am extra and had some extra macros, so I'm just adding some mini white chocolate chips. But, you know, you don't have to do this. This is just, I could, so why not? And obviously you're going to heat up your waffle iron. If you're going to use non-stick spray, get yourself some of that. And then this will expand, especially depending on how much baking powder you put in there. So I wouldn't try to go all out and make an entirely perfect waffle because it might not work out so well and it could overflow and that just makes a huge mess. So I like to use about half of the batter to make 1 waffle, and then I'll just use the rest of it and make a second slightly smaller waffle. Do be careful with the indicator light on these just because I think it's a different consistency than actual waffle batter. Sometimes it doesn't register at first, like right now it says that it's ready, but sometimes it won't be, so just be very careful when you're opening it up to check. If it goes off what seems like really quickly, it's probably a false done waffle, and so I don't open it yet, wait a little bit, and if it doesn't turn off, then you can take it out. And then I'm just gonna have my greens powder because it's the morning and that's when I take my greens powder. This stuff is my favorite. I've tried so many different greens powders and most of them taste horrible. I used to get the Amazing Grass holiday flavors and I just stock up for the year because they tasted remotely okay. And then I found this brand, Biome, and their greens powder tastes like iced tea. And it's not chalky, and I don't know how they did it, but I'm not mad. So I'm just gonna be having some of that. I do have a discount code for them if you guys want to check them out. Save you some money. Put my code up here for you if you want to use it. But this is my favorite greens powder I've ever tried so far. And I like to mix it with my little coffee frother because it's just easier than a blender bottle. Alright, so now our little waffles are all done, and so I am going to add some sugar-free syrup. This is just Kroger brand because Kroger is cheap and I like it, so we're just going to use that and just do 1 serving. So I zeroed out my scale, and then we're just going to put, I think it was 30 grams per serving. Don't quote me on that. But whatever the serving is, that's what we're measuring out onto there. And then we're also going to add some fat-free whipped cream. And we're just going to do 2 servings of that, which is around 10 grams, I think, if I remember correctly. And that just adds 2 carbs to the waffle. Ta-da! And there you have it, your beautiful protein waffle with this protein powder without all the added things like the chocolate chips and the syrup and the low-fat whipped cream. This only has 1 carb, and I will put the rest of the macros up there for you, but it's super delicious, especially if you're craving something sweet but want a little bit more protein, or you can't have, you don't have the macros for more carbs or something like that. And it's way better than drinking a protein shake because you get to have waffles. And then here are just some of the supplements that I take in the morning every day. My True Multi, and here's my amazing planner. If you guys are looking for a planner, Passion Planner is the greatest. That's all I gotta say. So yeah, that is how you guys make my wonderful 1 carb protein waffle. You can make this pancake style as well, but I just think waffles are easier because you don't have to watch when to flip it. If you guys like the video, give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to like and subscribe.